To anyone who says that a third of Tom Cannon's goals were penalties, bet that would be handy right now, wouldn't it? I said this after Millwall, I said this after Blackburn, and I'm saying it again tonight. Why is it every time I say I'll take a point somewhere, I'm going to be annoyed by the end? Oh my God. Let's get on to the 2 penalties. Look, I mean, I think it's the first time I've seen Sunderland miss 2 penalties in the same game. Right, look, don't get us wrong. I do not want fans to start turning on Wilson Isidor, and I don't think in general they will, when you look of how in general good he's been for us this season. I know people will argue, well, he shouldn't have took either of them. That's easy to say now in hindsight. I can agree with the argument that he maybe definitely shouldn't have took the second one, because, you know, to be fair, the second one I didn't think personally was a bad penalty. To be fair to James Trafford, the second one in particular is a good save, but for me personally, you either go a different way than what he did the first time, and yeah, okay, maybe that's a bit revisionist in hindsight, or Lafay comes in and takes it. Lafay apparently scores penalties. Now, don't get us wrong, before the game I would have definitely took this result, and on the surface, again, it's hard to do in the heat of the moment. If you take out the fact we've just missed 2 spot kicks, which we shouldn't have done really, then one of them at least should have been buried, then it's a good point. But I can't help but think, are we going to look back on this and thinking, we need to win the next 2 for me now to really keep in touch of the top 2. But look, in general, I think across the whole game, we were generally solid enough. I think Burnley got a few too many half chances for my liking, but I'm always like that. I did feel we're going to have to keep a clean sheet tonight to have a chance of getting anything, because if Burnley go in front, then, you know, they're very good at shutting the game down. There's a reason they beat Leeds away. There's a reason they beat Sheffield United away. But I think for me, I can't escape the fact I'm fuming. Like, I will be very clear here, mind. I thought you could argue the first miss was justice. To me, that first one was never a penalty, and if that was given against us, I would have been absolutely furious at the referee for that. The first one, Isidor, you could say maybe there was a bit of contact, but you could argue went down too easily. But for me, that's outside the box, clear as day. So for me, that should have been a free kick, if anything. The second one, I've seen them ones given, so it's, I don't know. And you can tell by the way Burnley players rallied around James Trafford how big a point that could be for them. And don't get me wrong, I'm not going to slate them for it. He saved 2 penalties. He's protected their unbeaten home run. But should have been a win tonight with the 2 penalties. The 2 penalties in general skews the way you view the result, doesn't it? But look, don't get us wrong. Wilson Isidor, I'm confident will come back from that. But it's obviously annoying that he went exactly the same way the second time, and James Trafford couldn't have just buggered off. He couldn't have just had it go on the back of the net. I know he's doing his job, don't get us wrong, but across the previous 80 minutes before then, I mean, Sunderland competed well enough, but we weren't having the quality in the final third as what I would have liked to have seen. But you have to bear in mind, Burnley are really, really good defensively, and it's very, very difficult to break them down. And they're an example of why I keep going on about the clean sheets, because yes, it can take one moment. Yes, you need to be better going forward. Obviously, of course we do. I'm not disputing that. But what I mean is, in tight games like that, I know obviously we didn't score tonight, but one of those penalties goes in, you win 1-0. And that's the difference. So the clean sheet gave us the platform to then potentially win the game later on, even though we didn't do it. So in general, I thought Dan Neil had a good game. I thought that Chris Meffam in general is pretty good. And of course, Meffam goes off, which is a bit of a concern. But hopefully it's sort of a precautionary one. He was walking off the pitch, which seems to be good news in that regard. So how long he's out for, I have no idea. I'll just quickly get onto that. Yeah, but and obviously Ballard takes his place, which is always decent. I think Ballard's a good centre-half at this level. But don't get us wrong. Before the game, as I said, I would have absolutely took that result, no question about it. And for me, a point was definitely better than getting nothing, because that was one of the tougher away games that we're going to have. But also at the same time, it's annoying that the 2 games you don't want to miss penalties are Sheffield United away and Burnley away. Now, I'm hoping that Lafay will start stepping up on penalties if he's meant to be that good at pens. And I don't care what people say to me about Tom Cannon going, oh, he scored 4 in one game, oh, he scored 4 penalties. Scoring 4 in a game is not a bad thing, guys. Scoring 4 penalties, especially after tonight, is not a bad thing. Can we please stop shaping it out to be a bad thing? Look, for me personally, I would like to see, and don't get us wrong, I love the way that the players at the end rallied around Wilson Isidor, because we all know how good he's been for us, and I think fans, we need to remember that. We're frustrated in the moment, but he's been generally very good for us this season. I do not want people starting to turn on him, whether it's in the comments, on social media, at the game. I don't really care. I don't give a hoot. But look, we've got something. At least we've kept Burnley in touch and distance. It's just annoying because we should be above them, really, but either way, Burnley probably across the game had the slightly better chances, but it was definitely a sort of a lower quality sort of affair. If that second penalty at the end had gone in, then we're talking about a fantastic 1-0 win away at Turf Moor. But look, we've got a game in a few days. We can't be complacent at Derby. We need to go there and pick up 3 points. I know Derby have been good at home this season, and obviously with the greatest respect to Derby because we don't have a God-given right to win the game, but that's a game you need to be targeting 3 points if you're wanting to aim for the top 2, or at the very least if you're wanting to consolidate a playoff place. But anyway, look, it's frustrating. It's very, very frustrating. 2 late penalties missed is just like, of course it had to happen in a game like this. But yeah, let's wait and see what happens in the rest of the window. I was going to be going to Derby, guys, but I'm not going anymore, unfortunately. So I will be watching the game, rest assured, though. So you'll obviously get a video from me. But yeah, let's just get to the next game and let's just see what happens. But let's say Tom Cannon, he'll probably go to Sheffield United, but I don't really care. We need to make sure we do what we can to get that signing through the door. But hey-ho. And Wilson Isidor, you'll come back from this. I'm confident of that. Anyway, I love you, Levy, guys. As you know, I'm trying to get a 6k subs. So if you, it'd be nice to get an automatic promotion with it if I hit 6k subs by the end of the season. But if you're watching the video and you're not a regular sub and you think I've earned it from you, hit the sub button, like, comment respectfully below, share the video around. It'd be much appreciated. And yeah, let's see what happens on Tuesday. Away the lads.